Western Cape Championships recently took place at Paardeberg Cellars in Paarl on the 22nd and 23rd of January in extremely hot conditions. 22 cyclists from the Nedbank Sports Trust Development Cycling Program competed, including Vernon Treu, the C3 Paris Cyclist. This program supports talent identification and nurturing and has given Vernon an opportunity to showcase his skills as he achieved a personal best and won 2 gold medals in the 15-kilometer time trial and 50-kilometer road race. All the cyclists who achieved a podium place in this provincial event automatically qualified for the SA National Championships.
I'm Treu Barnhorst, head up group sponsorships and cause marketing at Nedbank. Nedbank is a founding trustee of the Sports Trust dating back to 1994, and it's a great opportunity for us to demonstrate our brand purpose of using our financial expertise to do good for individuals, families, businesses and society, and it aligns nicely with the motto of the Sports Trust by enhancing education through sport. So the Nedbank Cycling Development Program forms part of our overall Nedbank Affinity Program. The Cycling Development Program dates back to 2005 and it's been going strong for 16 years now. And so the main objectives behind the program is just to focus on social upliftment, of course, sports development, especially in the Western Cape area. We've been running this project for a long time. We are looking at a future expansion, across to various other parts of the country. But the main aim for us here is to really, demonstrate our social responsibility and to give back to the communities in which we operate. Well, through the Nedbank Affinity Program, our clients have an opportunity to support the sports development at no cost to them, by transacting on their Nedbank Affinity cards or linked savings and investment accounts. And by doing so, it's an opportunity for us then to partner with the Sports Trust through the Cycling Development Program, where we can make sure we, buy the necessary equipment, in this case, obviously the bikes and the maintenance, focus on healthy lifestyles for the kids and the nutrition that is required to compete at this level. And I must say, through the Cycling Development Program, we've been able to unearth and nurture some really good talent, that have been able to make their way and progress through the provincials and nationals. And we've seen some really good success, both with able-bodied and disabled cyclists. And we're looking to continue this partnership with the Sports Trust for many years to come.
Normally we have difficulty hosting events in our region because of the logistics of the city. We therefore moved it to the Windlands, and it's being hosted by Western Province Cycling for the first time in a long time. Because of logistics, normally we're not able to host this type of events, but that's how we ended up at this particular venue, and what an awesome day it is. Development cycling can be seen in different aspects of things. So development can be seen as a beginner cyclist, or it can be an introduction into Western Province type of league racing. So as far as our events are concerned, that's being in Western Province, our region that is, we cater for all, and we try and incorporate it into all our events. There's always that aspect of the elite cyclist, but especially if you talk about junior development, you're talking about under 19s, where you have the professional rider, and you introduce the development rider to that. Certain events we allocate that the development rider actually participates against that full racing licensed rider. So there is the opportunity to actually get to where you want to be through the development programs. Going back into history of the Western Cape Champs, this was one of the bigger events thus far. So it changed completely. As far as competition is concerned, I think there's not one cyclist that can say it wasn't a challenging course. It wasn't. We normally have circuit racing to make it easier for the guys. Today we had an actual road race going out there for the elites, and 117 kilometers. So it was quite challenging, but the guys lived up to the challenge.
Well, I am basically one of the oldest riders that started out in 2014 when I was in matric, and there was an opportunity and I grabbed it, and then I just started to get into cycling, not just because getting into the cycling for competitions wise, but to keep myself fit, keep myself away from the bad stuff, and most importantly, just to connect with a lot of new people, new faces and new places with the years that follow on. The race was tough. It's 158 kilometers. It was too much for me personally. My thoughts for this race was a nice eye-opening, and hopefully we can get another opportunity at another race. Hopefully when 2022 gives us all the races that we can do with the help of Sports Trust and Nedbank, then we can hopefully fulfill it and get more seedings, better times, and eventually keep ourselves away from the bad stuff in the rural communities, and also show inspiration to the youngsters that are starting off with us.
Every region got every year they must put in a bid, and we're trying to accommodate every region. Understand, for instance, that people don't have to travel every time to the same place or far away from. And Cape Metro and Cape One is doing a lot for transformation and development. And also in the West Coast, there's people there doing a lot, and we try to accommodate them so that it can be nearby, and for the future cyclists and all the champions who can develop here at the end of the day. The first time in many years there was a strong women field as well, and also in juniors. So in Western Cape we're doing a lot to do for women in sport, and especially so that we can get from junior side that they can come through to elite side as well and high performance.
The SA National Time Trial and Road Race Champs took place in Graskop in Mpumalanga from the 10th to the 13th of February. Both the time trial and road race routes gave the cyclists challenges in terms of massive climbs, and it was a huge test of their judgment and ability in each of these races. Vernon Treu, the C3 Paris cyclist, achieved his goal and won the 15-kilometer time trial and 54-kilometer road race, taking home 2 golds. Vernon's father, Jerome, drives behind him when he cycles, and they are extremely excited and proud of his achievements.
At first, it went okay, not as expected. When he got up the hills, he struggled a bit, but then after about, say, 12 to 15 k's, it's almost like he got his second power. And from then on, his speed started to pick up, and it was just the hills. They were much longer than the hills that we are used to.
What's been great is almost from day one is 32GL and the Sports Trust have worked together. So, we've seen the Sports Trust grow, and obviously as a company we've grown tremendously to be one of, if not the market leader when it comes to endurance sports nutrition in South Africa. And as part of that, one of the big things for us is, not just about pushing product down people's mouths and giving them product. We've always prided ourselves on education at the same time. We're not just saying go and perform, we're saying take care of your health and perform. And we bring that same ethos into the way we produce all our products. And with health and performance comes development, it comes growing, it comes nurturing. And South Africa, we are so blessed with an abundance of talent, but a lot of that talent doesn't have the opportunity to really excel. And the Sports Trust, along with many organizations in South Africa and businesses, do a lot to support. So we're a small company with a big heart, so we try to get involved as much as we can. And that's why with the Sports Trust, we just love that association, because we also believe in the project that the Sports Trust support. For cyclists, this varies. They're on a bike, their heart rates aren't often sitting as high as, say, a runner, so you do need something like a more sustained energy. And there are 32GI Endure is a fantastic product. It's a slower releasing, it's a stable releasing carbohydrate, and it's brilliant for cyclists. The other big advantage of Endure is that it's low GI. So we have lots of diabetes or diabetics that do use it, and it's safe for them to use. It's an incredible fuel, and also from a burn rate. A lot of people are carb conscious these days, and yes, when you exercise you need carbohydrates, but within certain limits, because as you get older maybe your carbohydrate requirements are a little bit less. So to have something slower releasing, your body burns it a little bit better, no need to store those carbohydrates, it's brilliant. So Endure would be a phenomenal product for all cyclists, and especially from a sort of development and everyday aspect. In saying that, a couple of years ago we brought out something called Race Pro. Now Race Pro is your ultimate endurance fuel. It's got a fast release, a slow release carbohydrate, and it's got protein in. A lot of people don't realize the requirement and the need for protein as an endurance athlete. If you're going out for a couple of hours, it's fine, you can recover and get your protein in afterwards. But if you're on that bike for 3, 4, 5 hours and you're doing multiple days training, you need protein. And Race Pro really solves that problem for a lot of cyclists.
The Sports Trust continues to enhance education through sport, and thanks their trustees, partners and sponsors who continue to support both the abled and disabled sport development programs, giving all South Africans an opportunity to participate in sport.